thought our heart, our competitive spirit, our lack of, especially in the first half, was a bigger issue. I thought they did a really good job in the second half of at least starting to compete. But I told them at halftime, it's unacceptable to, it's in front of our home crowd against a team like the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs are they're used to getting everyone's best shot every night because they are who they are. It's fun to try to dethrone one of the top teams in the leagues. And we came out today. I don't know what if it was the early start or what, but that was the first half. I felt, I love our guys, and I'm supportive towards them. And I think, like I said, they did a good job in the second half. But that first half, that can't happen for trying to build and trying to get somewhere. That was unacceptable. So the turnovers, yes, were a big part of that. But if you're not going to compete, you're not going to give yourself a chance. Um, I don't think so. There shouldn't be. They're in this league. We're in this league now. Maybe if it's in the final 3 minutes, they have more poise than we do, or whatever down the stretch. But as competitors and as professional athletes, you shouldn't ever be intimidated or scared to play against anyone. And I don't think our guys are. I don't think that was the case. But I hope there's not an intimidation factor.
Luke, when you're disappointed just in the way they're competing, do you yell and scream, or do they shut down if you yell and scream? Like, do you have to find a different way to reach a younger group?
No, they no, we I'll get on them at the in private. I don't like to yell and scream in front of people towards them because it's not the way I believe in coaching. But behind closed doors, absolutely. And they as a group for the most part normally respond and pick it up. And I thought they did tonight. I mean, San Antonio's a better basketball team than we are, so it's not a surprise that they beat us. But I think in the second half, they, as a group, did a much better job competing, attacking, trying to defend, get rebounds, hit people. The whole pregame was about being physical and help set the tone against this team and get out and run. And we didn't all night long. We weren't setting screens. We were letting them deny our swing passes, and then it would take us out of offense. So. They do a good job normally of responding to getting put on the spot.
I,
Yeah, it did. I said it before the game started. It felt a little dead in the locker room. So, it's yeah. Again, I don't know why the 12:30 start. Maybe we're not used to it, but it's a 12:30 start for the other team too. And we should be younger and have fresher legs than them. So that shouldn't be the problem.
hey, Luke, what determines when you think it's a good time to get on the guys, and was today's game one of those times?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, we can live with mistakes. There's some things you can't live with, and that's effort and competing.
Luke, with Ingram's offense tonight, was he getting better spots and getting better shots, or was he just making them as opposed to sort of prior
I
games?
mean, it looked like to me he was shooting them with more confidence. So, he was catching, attacking on the go. Obviously, I thought he did a decent job on Kawhi early. Kawhi was just hitting shots, but that's what he does. And I was proud of Brandon for not. You give up however many he gave up in the first quarter as a rookie. You could kind of be a little shell shocked when you got back in. And I thought Brandon did a great job of staying engaged and then embracing that challenge and really stepping his own game up. And I thought one of the few bright spots tonight was the way that Brandon played out there. No, we're going to stay with these guys for now. We'll revisit it again and practice tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there. Nothing's set in stone, but I'm not going to change the starting lineup by 10 minutes after a 20-point loss. You try not to make decisions you're frustrated.
It's been about a month since Robinson got some real minutes. Was it because of the foul trouble, or were you trying to get him in, or what was the reason?
Well,
for
he's been great. We had a nice talk about a month and a half ago about whether he's playing or not. His professionalism and the way he earned his spot on this team. And since then, he's been coming in every single day early, working. We had a 10 a.m. flight out to Oklahoma City. I was in the gym at 8, and he was there working out already. So he's been putting that work in and playing great in practice. And I felt like we needed some energy. And we know no matter what the game looks like, if we put Thomas Robinson in there, he's gonna give us that. He's gonna give us that effort. And it was nice to be able to reward him for the work he's been putting in.
Julius's numbers finishing inside have kind of slid over the course of the season. What has gone on there that's different now than maybe at the beginning of the year?
His numbers what?
Finishing inside, traffic around the basket, things like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Julius is trying. We're trying to, put some mindfulness behind the way that we're getting things done, and he's great as far as looking to accept that. And I think sometimes that might get in his head a little bit. Because when you're playing the game, you really want to just rely on instincts. But we're constantly coaching and practice and film session and pointing stuff out that, that we see and we want them to do. And I think maybe sometimes instead of just reacting to what happens, that might be in his head as far as trying to do the right thing. But that would be my best guess. But I thought Julius was good in the third quarter today as far as how hard he was playing and going after rebounds and pushing it. I thought he played at a pace that he'll be really effective at if he can maintain.
He's not as long as a lot of the guys who's trying to score. Are there things that you do that you can do?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
What should he do?
Well, his quickness and his strength should be, and when he's playing at a high level, are huge advantages for him. So the better he gets and the more he understands how to use that, he'll be able to score. Just because maybe being a little shorter or whatever, getting some shots blocked, you can counteract that with making quick moves. And then as soon as you get someone off balance, it's why Zach Randolph is so good. He's mastered the art of getting someone off balance, hitting them, and then jumping 2 inches and flipping in a hook. So that's kind of the way. Now, obviously, Julius is more explosive and quicker than that, so he can use those same type of things. But he just has to kind of get better and better at understanding when he has someone off balance and then how to use that to his advantage.
Do you think the guys were aware Magic was here, and it's the first game where he's in this role, first home game? He was up in the suite watching everybody. Did that factor in how anyone was approaching this game?
I don't think so. So I think they would have. I would imagine they would have played harder if it had an effect on it one way or the other. So I don't think so. He's been around every day since since he's joined in, and so I don't think that it was a shock that he was here watching today.